welcome back to the Mad Spideyverse. I'm Mad Spidey, and thanks once again for tuning in on my channel. Today I'm going to do another one of my statue collection. So, I know it gets a bit boring if you watch every single one of these from the start, but obviously for people who may be the first time they've ever watched one of these particular installments in my statue collection, I basically started collecting Bowen Designs Marvel statues back in the late 90s. I amassed quite a collection of the full size and the mini bust. From what I can remember, they basically did 5 phases. I'm pretty sure it was 5. They started off basically doing mini busts, mini statues, and full-size statues. The mini statues were exactly the same as the full size, obviously just a lot smaller scale. I did start trying to get the mini statues right at the start, and then I realised that there's no point sort of double dipping and getting the mini and the full size if they're both the same. So I pretty much stuck to the mini bus and the full size and just got rid of the mini statues altogether. But pretty much, yeah, like Bowen Designs back in the day was the premier statue company. Obviously now, you know, you've got your Sideshow and Iron Studios, and you've got these hundreds and hundreds of different statue companies, and obviously Bowen Designs is not around anymore, but I still love the statues. I still love to obviously pull them out of storage, revisit them, and share it with you guys. So that's basically what I'm going to be doing with this particular series. I think I'm about 20-30 episodes sort of deep into this series. But yeah, just highlighting one particular statue or mini bust each episode. So today I'm basically going to be doing one of the OG mini busts. So as I said, there's 5 phases. So the first phase started in, I think, like 97, 98, something around there. And this is one of the OG mini busts. So from the first phase that they actually released. And this one is actually Juggernaut. So yeah, very, very cool. Now, obviously if you haven't watched one of the videos before, not necessarily in the full size, but in the mini bust statues, they will basically give you on one side, they'll give you what it sort of looks like from different angles, or if there are different versions, they will actually, you know, put the 2 different versions, but basically who designed the sculpt, physical size, things like that. And on the other side, they will basically give you generally first appearance and a book that was released sort of closer to this particular statue being released. Obviously in this one, they didn't do the first appearance, but they have done sort of an older and a newer book obviously as well. And they also give you a bit of a synopsis of the character themselves. Now the other thing to note is that they all have obviously an edition size worldwide. A lot of the earlier stuff was rather big edition sizes. So this one was actually out of 6,000. So they made 6,000 of these mini busts worldwide. This one is actually 1,005. But as I've said before in previous videos, not too fussed about the actual edition number, as long as I was able to get one. That was the main thing. Like, it's always cool to get, you know, a low number or an artist proof or signed or sketched or whichever. But at the end of the day, if I just got one of the particular ones, obviously to help sort of further my collection, that's pretty much all I wanted. So let's open him up and actually show you what he physically looks like. Now, the other thing to note is the early stuff. So probably I'd say the first 2 phases, mini busts were quite basic, and so were the full-size statues. Especially the mini busts, they didn't generally put many with arms or things like that. It was pretty much just like a torso from head sort of to waist. Yeah, but barely even gave them arms, and this is one of those. So, all right. Yeah, so there is Bowen Designs mini bust of Juggernaut. They actually did a little bit different with the base. Instead of it just being a plain black base or a slightly designed black base, they actually did the, there's the edition number there. Actually did something obviously a little bit different and did, like, you know, obviously like the ruby or whatever they call it. I'm trying to remember the significance of the ruby. I think it's something to do with the you know, Sidorak, like the bands of Sidorak or whatever, like to give him his powers or something like that, or vulnerability. I'm a bit of an X-Men guy, but I don't know the massive history behind some of the characters, so you could probably tell me in the comments below anyway. But yeah, I know it's had something to do with Sidorak, so, but yeah, very, very cool. And there's the back. As I said, not very detailed in the back either, because I think the main thing was at the start, they were like, well, you're going to display it from the front, so people aren't necessarily going to look at the back, so we won't put as much effort into the back. But obviously, as the phases went along, the years went along, they did full detailed backs, they did arms, they did, you know, slightly bigger busts and things like that. And obviously the full-size statues got more detailed as well. But yeah, still very cool to own one of the OGs, which is awesome. Obviously, once I go through more of my collection, you'll see more OGs, more new stuff, and everything in between. So yeah, so that is it. So thanks once again for tuning in. Greatly appreciated. Obviously, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, please. Give me a thumbs up if you wish to, leave a comment, all that good YouTube stuff. But that will do for this particular video. Hope you enjoyed it. From Juggernaut and myself, hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and Spidey out.